3 meals a day. Please, that's not nature. That's Rockefeller marketing. Our ancestors didn't sit around with breakfast, lunch, and dinner neatly served. They ate once a day, sometimes 3 times a week. That was abundance. And you know what? They thrived. They were lean, sharp, and strong because the body is designed to function best in fasting. You ever wonder why you heal in your sleep? Because you're fasting. The body finally gets to stop wasting energy digesting junk and starts repairing, rebuilding, cleaning house. That's when the real work gets done. But you've been programmed. You think skipping breakfast is a crime. You think hunger is an emergency. No, it's power. Fasting activates cells that act like little soldiers. They march straight to the damage, clean it out, rebuild you stronger. That's real medicine. And yet the white coat will tell you to eat regularly. Why? Because the system isn't built for your health, it's built for your dependence. Rockefeller didn't give you 3 meals to nourish you. He gave you 3 meals to chain you, to keep you tired, inflamed, obedient.
It's funny, this video popped up on my feed as I'm 50 hours into a fast, which I do very regularly. And I've been fasting for probably 15 to 20 years. And I started small, 16-hour fast, which includes sleeping. And then built to 20-hour fast. Now I do 70-hour fasts like it's no big deal. Now let me, before I move on, say I am not a medical expert, and this is of course just for entertainment purposes. But fasting, like she said, it unlocks something in you called autophagy, which is basically your body repairing itself, killing off bad cells and repairing bad cells. And if you continuously are indulging or consuming, your body will always prioritize digestion and not repairing. So for women, autophagy usually kicks in around the 14 to 15 hours of not consuming, and you can consume non-caloric things like water and electrolytes, which I encourage. And some people even think black coffee, but I think that triggers digestive enzymes, which just stick with water. And for men, autophagy kicks in around the 16-hour mark. And like I said, it's your body healing itself. Now, I was not immune to the propaganda at first. I used to work out at 6 in the morning and I would shovel down oatmeal and bananas and all sorts of food because I thought I had to fuel myself for my workout. And then one day, I just skipped it. And I felt so much better doing a weightlifting and cardio session on an empty stomach. And if you're not used to it, it will be challenging at first. If you're used to constantly feeding yourself, your body will say, hey, you're not feeding me like normal. So you need to ease into it. You can't go balls to the wall. And like I mentioned about the propaganda, how I wasn't immune to it. Well, do you know who started pushing breakfast? This guy, Edward Bernays, saying, you gotta eat in the morning. You gotta eat first thing in the morning, bacon and eggs. Yeah, Edward Bernays, the same guy that also pushed something else. Torches of freedom. He pushed women to smoke. And it wasn't that they didn't know they want us sick and dependent on them and going to the Rockefeller school, not just of indoctrination, but they started all the medical schools as well. And you know who else Edward Bernays is related to? This guy. Mark Randolph. Mark Bernays Randolph. You know him, right? Well, if you don't, I'm sure you've seen his stuff. You know, he's the co-founder and CEO of Netflix. You know Netflix, right? The king of propaganda. You think those documentaries you're watching are true? That's hilarious. Especially those ones on space movies. You might want to research that. Anyway, back to autophagy, a cellular process where cells break down and recycle their own components such as damaged proteins, organelles, and cellular debris. But Google wants you to think that's real scary, so they say it's triggered with various stress signals, including starvation and nutrient deprivation. Don't ever starve yourself, because you could die from lack of food. You sick and tired and dependent on their medicine and their shitty food. But to me, the best part about fasting isn't even the physical benefits. It's the spiritual. I think when we're fasting, we open up a connection to the Heavenly Father that we don't have on a normal basis. When I fast and pray, I get downloads coming to me so often. It's how I do a lot of my content. It doesn't come through research, it comes through internal knowing or divine inspiration because I ask. I ask to see things, and a lot of times I'm shown, but mostly only when I'm doing that and praying. Now, just one last word. I encourage you, if you haven't ventured into that, ease into it. Research it. Don't just hop right in. Because, like anything, you should do it with some practice and experience. But of course, all this is for entertainment purposes. I'm sure we should definitely start gobbling down food the moment we wake up. In the fitness industry, how they tell you five frequent meals a day. Yeah, they've been infiltrated too. That's also propaganda. But we should definitely eat breakfast right away and listen to the guy, Edward Bernays, who also told us that smoking was good for us. And we should also keep watching his nephew's propaganda, brainwashing you without even you realizing you're being brainwashed, because it's so into our reality that you can't imagine life without never-ending space above your head. It doesn't exist, people. It's water up there. But of course, that's for entertainment purposes too. I don't really think we live on a stationary, flat, enclosed plane with the angelic realm above and the Heavenly Father looking down on us. Now, I tease about that as well. Entertainment only.
3 meals a day.